Hey guys, so we have a really good video tonight. First thing we're going to do is wash our hands. I'm not by myself tonight. I've got Nathan and I've got my mom who's in the other room who's going to be helping us tonight because we are going to be handling all of the snakes, cleaning out all of their cages, and working on a couple eye caps. So you're going to get to see what it looks like for us every Wednesday or so night because we do this every week. Okay, ready? First we're going to wash our hands. In case you guys were curious, Prickett is doing really good. He's doing awesome. He almost finished all of his medicine. He's really close to finishing it. I think tomorrow's the last day. So I'm going to give it to him tonight, I'm going to give it to him tomorrow, and then he's done. So, okay, we're ready. We got our very first snake out. This is Artemis. He's tiny. Can you guys see how small he is? He's a baby. He is a black Mexican king snake. He is the smallest snake we have here. He's a baby. Isn't he so cute? This is my baby. He's got a little piece of grass in his mouth right now. Anyway, Artemis is going to be really big when he grows up. He's going to be like 6 feet long. So as big as Calvin, maybe bigger. But for now, he's just little. Okay, we're going to do some cleaning out of Artemis's cage, okay? You can pause it. Hey, I have an extra battery. This is Nagini. Isn't she pretty? She's gorgeous. She's a little bit bigger than Artemis, huh? She's a lot bigger than a couple of the snakes. She is an adult. She's all the way grown up. We're going to clean her cage. But first we're going to take a few pictures of her. You guys see her pretty good? Nagini is, we're pretty sure she's a girl. We're not sure. We're going to be double checking everybody soon to make sure that they're girls and boys because we want to have babies. But for now, we're just checking to make sure that she's okay. We're going to lay her down here for a minute as soon as she, there we go. Oh, you can come in and get some pictures of her. We're going to take some pictures of her. And I'm just going to do a little head to toe on her to make sure that she's okay. I'm just going to feel her, check her over, make sure that there's nothing that's, that seems weird about her. He's just taking some pictures because we like to have pictures of him to document. See, right now her scales feel nice and smooth. Her belly looks nice and white. Her eyes look, ooh. See that? See how they get scared? She does. She gets kind of scared sometimes. Okay. Snakes get scared just like people do. So you guys couldn't see it, but a minute ago, I touched a little too close to her face and she got kind of scared. That's normal. It doesn't mean that she's mean. It doesn't mean that she's nasty. It just means that I scared her. She might strike at the camera. She doesn't like the camera too much. None of my boys really like the camera too much. That's okay. That's normal too. How would you feel if you had that big light in your face all the time? Especially because it's something that they don't know very much about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get her cage clean and then we're going to get somebody else out, okay? Okay, I'm here with Coda now. Coda is a pied python, and we talked about pied with Prickett and Czar because it means that they have different colors. And a lot of animals, it usually means white and black or white and brown. As you can see Coda here, he's white and brown. Oh, is he? He's a baby. He's actually the only baby python that we currently have. And as you can see, he's holding his head. You guys know why he's holding his head like that? He's what we like to call head shy. That's normal for pythons. It just means that they're a little more scared of you touching their head, or they don't really like it. It makes them nervous. So Coda is head shy. He doesn't really like to be touched too much, and he definitely will hiss at you if you try and pick him up. He just doesn't like that very much. But it's okay because, we just try to do things that don't make him nervous. Right now he's relaxing though. So I wanted to show you guys this before I moved on to the next snake. This is from Coda's shed. So obviously snakes shed their skin every once in a while, usually a couple times a year, to help them grow, because sometimes their old skin looks a little uncomfortable and they need new skin, they need bigger skin. This is from the last time that Coda shed. This is his headpiece. As you can see, it shows his little tiny head, his eyes. I know it's hard to see his nose, but this is what it looks like when their skin comes off. That's pretty crazy, right? And they usually always shed this little piece from their head. And poop. That's another point. When snakes shed, they usually poop all over the place. You didn't see what I just cleaned out of Nagini's, but it was very poopy because she shed really soon. Okay? So, now we'll go to the next snake.
Heritage snake.
This is Kenya. She's one of the more unique looking snakes in the collection. She's what we like to call a clown morph. As you can see, her body has a really interesting shape and really interesting pattern. She is a little adventurous. I'm not really sure if Kenya's a girl or a boy. We'll have to look into that when we do our check here in a couple of weeks. As you can see, he or she's got this pretty yellow color. It doesn't happen that much, but it is gorgeous. He is one of the sweetest snakes that we have. If you can see up to his eyes, he has really pretty looking eyes that are green. Wow, he's so cool. He's so pretty. I wish you guys could see. I think in the future, if I bring some pets to school, I think I'll be bringing Kenya because he is just such a sweet snake and you guys would just love him. So now I'm going to lay Kenya on the floor and I'm going to let Nathan get some pictures of him while see? You see that? Just my breath, right? Just that can scare him. So again, very sweet snake, not very bitey, never bitten me before, but, you know, can get a little scared sometimes. So we just need to be extra careful when we handle snakes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay her on the floor and let him get some pictures of her. She'll probably like to go around on the floor. She loves to explore. Kenny gets the good housekeeping award for snakes. Her tank is always so clean. This is one of our biggest snakes. This is albino. So albino is called albino because if you know the word albino, I know it's a really big word, albino means lacking color or lacking pigment. As you can see, albino is yellow. And in a lot of snakes, actually in most snakes, when they're albino, they're yellow. Albino is a really sweet snake. He's pretty big. I'd say he's probably about 4 feet. He is a grown-up. He has red eyes. That's not because he's evil or because he's mean. That's because he's albino, and a lot of albino snakes have red eyes. He's a really, really, really nice snake. He's pretty big, as you can see, but he's super docile. Albino is another snake that I would love to bring to you guys one day if I'm ever able to. Sorry, Calvin's acting up behind us because he knows she knows it's almost her turn. Anyway, albino loves to explore. He loves to be on the ground. He does have a little bit of stuck skin on his head, which I'm going to let go for a little bit longer before we do anything about it. But for now, we're just going to let albino be albino. Look, he wants to go under my leg. Fun fact about albino is he loves to crunch up paper, and it drives me crazy. Ah! I'm always putting paper down flat in his enclosure, and he's always crunching it up and pushing it to the side. He hates having paper. I don't know why. Also, albino loves to go up on the side and then fall back down. He's just a very adventurous snake. He likes to do a lot of crazy stuff. But yep, there you have it. There's one of our biggest snakes that we have here. Okay, on to the next. Okay guys, so I just want to show you something really funny that just happened. Albino got a little curious and decided to go underneath Calvin's cage. What he didn't know was he was going straight into a binder. He's currently in the binder, and we've pulled it out so that he can slither through it. It's easier right now than trying to undo it, as we don't want to hurt him. So we're just gonna let him work his way out. Sorry, I told you guys, he can be really crazy sometimes and really silly. So rather than trying to get him out and, you know, risk possibly hurting him, you see he's working himself out, we're going to let him, oh, you guys see this? This is called periscoping. When snakes do this, it means they're trying to see what's going on. They're trying to scope out their environment. If you guys have ever seen a periscope, it's like a little thing that comes out like this, and it looks, and that's what Albino's doing.
Where are the little dots around his mouth?
Oh, down here? Those are heat seats and pits.
Okay. I've just got a close-up on him. I thought they might want to know.
Hissing.
I hear it. Not sure who's hissing.
Albino is just loving this.
All right, our next snake is Snoopy. Snoopy is another one of our bigger snakes. Believe it or not, Snoopy's actually a little bit smaller than Albino, although I'd like to argue that they're around the same size. Snoopy is another pied, just like Coda. She has both that brown and white. She's in a little bit of a tense mood today, so we're not going to do too much handling with her so we don't stress her out. We're just going to let her relax while I clean out her cage and give her a little bit of exploring time. Snoopy is a girl. I know it's kind of a funny name for a girl, but she's really nice, just like all the other snakes. I'm going to see if I can get her to stretch out a little bit so she can show her just how big she is, but I'm not going to mess with her too much because I don't want her to be upset. She's a really pretty snake. There we go. So one thing that I always like to say and that I stick to is that we don't have mean snakes. There's no such thing as a mean snake. There are only snakes that feel scared and therefore need to protect where they live and what they have. This one tests us. This is Bear. Bear is the most defensive snake that we have. He does not like us. He does not like to be handled. He does not like to be touched. That's why we only get Bear out if we have to change his paper like we do today. Like I said, we try to keep in mind that there are no such thing as mean snakes, but if there was such a thing as a mean snake, it would be Bear. So I'll let you guys get a good look at Bear. We're not really sure what morph Bear is. We're not sure. A morph just means what colors he has. Like we talked about, Coda is pied, and if Snoopy's pied. We're not really sure. If you guys listen, you could probably hear him hissing. I know it's kind of hard to hear on camera. But we consider Bear to be angry. I don't know what he is. I don't know what his colors mean, but I do know that he is a lot darker than a lot of snakes, which I think is just because his heart is so full of anger. But he is, yeah, he is a lot darker than the other snakes. But yeah, he's a very beautiful snake. Even if he can be a little nasty sometimes, he's a very beautiful snake, and he is a very, very, very good snake. He's just a little defensive sometimes. Okay, this is our next to last snake we're going to be showing you today. This is Mingo. Mingo is a pastel ball python. I don't know if I've explained that to you before. Wait a minute, yes I have. You guys have actually met Mingo before. In the very first video I did, we met Mingo. Mingo is a pastel, which again just means that he's light colored. He is a beautiful, fantastic, and very energetic snake. He loves to be the center of attention. He loves to slither around. He loves to make a mess. So, I'm going to clean out his tank, and I'm going to let you guys hang out with Mingo for a second. Oh, there's poop over here. That's so cute, Mingo. Okay, so we're almost done. We have one more snake to show you, and that is Calvin, super big girl. So we're going to get her out. The reason why we're showing you getting her out is because she is kind of hard to get out. But she is not hard to deal with. She's not mean. She's a very, very nice snake. Fun fact is she's a very, very old snake. She's about 40 years old. So she's older than me, older than Nathan, older than a lot of people. So probably older than you and older than some of your mummies and daddies. So she's a really old snake. She's been around for a really long time. And we're going to let you have a look at her. Sorry, Mom, she's not older than you.
If she's older than 41, she would be.
True.
It's possible.
There she's
Woo! Ta-da! Calvin is about 6 feet long. If you know how big 6 feet is, well, that's about as tall as me and about as tall as him. So you guys can imagine, I'm pretty tall, right? Kind of tall compared to you guys, and she's about that tall.
Set her down.
Yeah. We're going to let her on the ground for a minute so you guys can get a better look at her. Let me sit here. She is one big, beautiful snake. She's really loved. Everyone loves Calvin. She's such a sweet snake. She loves to explore. She loves to be out when she can be. And I'm just going to put her water bowl back in. Ugh, she's a big water bowl too. She is the biggest water bowl of all the snakes. Yep, there's Nathan on the ground playing with her. She's got a little bit of poop in here. Oh my. That's rat fur. So there's a lot of things that snakes can digest. Rat fur is not one of them. So they usually don't do the fur. You can see some of her skin. When she sheds her skin, it's really big. There are just a couple small pieces in here. She's being crazy. She's trying to go back there. Okay. So I'm going to let Calvin have a rest now. We're going to put her back. But I want to tell you guys that I love you so much. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Don't forget to tell me if you like the videos and you like the snakes. Also, how about this week? I have you guys see if you can draw me a picture of Albino. Remember, she's yellow, okay? Alright, have your mommy send me a picture. Bye, guys.